Good morning. Today is Thursday, February the 25th. You all need to get out a computer and you need to log into Schoology. Once you get logged into Schoology, you need to go ahead and click on your English course. I want you to go into third 9 weeks and then go into Module 5, February the 22nd through the 26th. And I want you to click on DGP 14. Open assignment with Cami.
Good morning.
Good morning. Computer's being a little slow this morning, which is something that y'all always complain about. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and complete Thursdays and Fridays DGP, okay? So on Thursday, we have to capitalize and we have to punctuate. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on my Shapes button on the left-hand side of my screen, insert a line, and we all know that the first word of a sentence must be capitalized. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my 3 lines. Under 2, I'm going to mark that T out. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to go and put my little upside down triangle over here because we have to insert a punctuation mark at the end of our sentence. Now, I know that you all know that that has to be done, but when I have graded some of your work as far as like your questions, when you're responding in complete sentences, some of us are still forgetting that we have to write in a capital letter or that we have to capitalize our words and that we have to punctuate our sentences. Now, I started taking off last week for not doing that. Okay, so I need for you to be conscious of what you're writing and make sure that you're following the grammar and punctuation rules and mechanics rules, okay? All right, so I went ahead and I did a text box here. I'm just going to write or type in a capital T. And then down here where my little insert symbol is, I'm going to put my period. Actually, it is not a period. It's not a declarative sentence. It's an interrogative sentence. Therefore, this sentence ends with what type of punctuation mark? Question mark. All right. Now, on Friday's diagram, okay, in this spot right here, the S stands for simple subject, okay? So you can go back up to Tuesday's sentence and find out what the simple subject is, type it in here. Verb phrase. You can scroll back up to Monday or Tuesday and you will see what your verb phrase is. You have 2 words that should be typed in this area right here, okay? Your preposition, you're going to type it right here. Now, I have the word pronoun here, okay? Or it could also be your OP, all right? So, subject, verb phrase, preposition, pronoun, or OP. Make sure that you are using the words that are in the sentence. You cannot use what I have here. If you do not type in the responses, then you will miss the diagram, and that will be minus 20 points, okay? When you get everything finished, you need to go up here to the top and click Turn In turn in. It's going to export back into Kami or back into Schoology, and then you will click submit. Okay. Going to give you just a few seconds to get it all complete and get it submitted. Also, some of you probably have already done it, but I hope that you came back and typed your name in up here at the top. When you finish this, you can exit out of that screen. And I want you to go back up here at the top. All you have to do is click where it says third 9 weeks. Okay. Up here at the top, all you have to do is click where it says third 9 weeks. Now, I want you to go in and I want you to open up the Old Yeller final project. Okay, this is what we were working on yesterday. All right, now we learned yesterday that your computer screen looks a little bit different from mine, and that up here at the top, you have like 2 things listed, and you want to click on the one that says My Document. You want to click on the one that says My Document. All right, and once you do that, it should pull up, and all of the work that you did from yesterday should be on your screen. Okay, so yesterday all we did was we made sure that we had the first slide of our project complete. Okay, and that the directions for the first slide was to put a picture of the book up, let us know who the author of the book is, and you were supposed to type in your name here, write my name, and then what period or what block you're in. Okay, so several of you asked, how do you spell my name? All right, and I'm gonna put it right here, Wheelus. Okay, now if you're in my second block, you're gonna put a 2 or 2 and then an ND. Third, 3RD. Fourth, 4TH. Fifth, 5TH. Okay, whatever block you're in, you put that up here as well. Okay, now the second slide, okay, is supposed to be about the main character, Travis, who is also our narrator. Okay, Travis, let me get the directions and read this to you real quick. I probably should have told you before I got started with all this to make sure that you have out your instruction sheets, or that you open up a second tab up here and open up the instructions for the final project. Okay. All right. So slide 1, you were supposed to have the book title, Old Yeller, the author's name, Fred Gibson, your name, and then Wheelus. Okay. And then one picture relating to this novel. So we have marked off all of the requirements for slide 1. Okay. We can officially go to slide 2. All right, slide 2, it says main character, narrator, Travis. 2 sentences describing facts about Travis and 1 picture of the character. Now, your sentences need to be compound sentences, complex sentences, compound complex sentences. I will not accept a simple sentence for describing these characters because there is so much information to tell about the characters. Okay, so Travis is a 14-year-old boy who is having to take his papa's place while his papa is on a business trip. Now, I could have been more specific and said that papa is going to Arkansas to make cash money, um, which would have been good. Okay. All right. Travis, my second thing is Travis is not fond of Old Yeller in the beginning, but comes around. And my computer kind of messed up on me yesterday, so I was going to go back and fix that a little bit. But um, what else could we say about Travis not being fond of Old Yeller in the beginning, but comes around? Maybe that Travis um, depended on Old Yeller to help with things around the farm. All right, now, do you see that my text does not fit up in my box here? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight my text, and then I'm going to go up here to where my font stuff is, and it says font size. I'm going to reduce the font size to where it will fit within my screen, okay? Again, all I did to do that was I highlighted my text. I went up here to where it says font and font size, and I hit the minus or the decrease font size. Okay, if I wanted to make my font bigger, I would hit the plus size where it says increase font size. All right, but see, even that 20 there is a little too big because my words come up or come off of the slide. Okay, so I want to make sure that everything fits. All right, now I had to incorporate two, or it only says one picture, but I went ahead and incorporated two pictures. Okay, now there's two ways to do this. We can go to insert image and search the web. Okay, and when you search the web, like all I did was type in Travis from Old Yeller. All right, and when I clicked on that, it brought this up. Now, all you have to do is double click on this picture, and it's going to drop it in here. Okay, I need to size this picture down. So in order to size a picture down, I'm going to make sure that the picture is highlighted, and then I want the double arrows, okay? And I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to drag it in or out. If I want to make it bigger, I drag it out. If I want to make it smaller, I drag it in, okay? All right. Now, I have two pictures here, so I already have this picture inserted, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to delete this one. And the way I delete something is I make sure that the picture is highlighted in blue. All right, and then all I have to do is hit the delete button on my keyboard, okay? Delete. All right, and that picture is gone. Now, the second picture I'm going to leave here because I think it's it brings something extra to this slide, okay? But you notice that my picture was up above, and I'm just going to bring it down and center it just so it looks a little bit better aesthetically, okay? Now, all I had to do for slide number 2 was make sure that I identified the main character, Travis, as the narrator, and that I have two sentences describing facts about Travis. I have that, and I have two pictures of the character instead of one. So I have officially incorporated everything on the slide that was asked of me, okay? Make sure that when you are typing your sentences that you begin with capital letters that you punctuate your sentences, and that you are writing incomplete sentences that have a subject, a verb, and express a complete thought. Do not write sentence fragments. Do not write run on sentences. You have got to know when to pause and begin a new sentence, okay? You can't just go on and on and on and on and on forever. And that's what I have noticed that some of you are doing, okay? We have got to correct that. All right? Now, I'm going to delete this right here. Now, we want to go on and begin our third slide.
We got a different Tardyville tone. We're still working on that, but we're trying to create a different tone so the Tardyville is different. Also, they did change the fire to deal rather than lockdown. There's always one of you things you see the difference. Once again, it's just a test that you get.
Sorry, we're testing.
Fire, 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 fire. So that is the difference in tones. The severe weather and lockdown is the same thing to say lockdown and severe weather.
Okay, so to insert a new slide, all right, I want to go up here to my toolbox and I want to find the word slide. Okay, and I'm going to scroll down to where I see the word new slide. All right, now, my new slide has the layout of the slide that I did previously. Okay, if you want to change the layout of your slide before you begin, all you need to do is go up here to the top and find where it says change background, layout, theme, or transition. Okay, click on that drop down box and you can click on anything that you want. Okay, and even if you decide to change it in the middle of, like, if you, let's just say that you've already typed your stuff in, you can still go back in and change your layout. Okay, I would recommend that you change your layout throughout your presentation just so that your viewers don't get bored with the presentation. It gives something a little bit different. Okay, the other thing is we can format our background to be something other than just white. Okay, we have the option of doing a solid color or a gradient color. Now, gradient gives it another like dimension, I guess you could say. So I'm just going to click on this to kind of show you what it looks like. To apply this, you have to click done. Okay, so you can see where it's darker here on the left side, and then it gradually lightens up and almost has a little bit of a white tone here. Okay, so if you don't like that, all you have to do is go back to background, and let's just say we don't want to do gradient now, we want to do a solid color. All right, all I have to do is find the solid color that I want, click on it, click done, and it's changed. Okay. You can also do themes for this, okay, and that's going to set your presentation up to look a little something like this, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, you notice that the font changed, and this is a little bit different. Here's another one. Now, you'll also notice that when I'm changing that, it changes the colors in my other slides as well, okay? So basically what I want you to get out of this is that you can do anything that you want to do, okay? You have got the only way you're going to learn how to do this is to do what we're doing with this project, and you have to play around with the buttons, okay? And just remember that you can always undo something that you've done, okay? You can undo or redo. And if we have to delete a slide and start completely over, then that's what we have to do, okay? All right, so right now I'm going to undo all of this because see what it did to my old Yeller book. But in all honesty, like if you wanted to leave this, you could do it. You could just we might have to do a little editing of this because the stuff that I have typed in doesn't look good like this. Okay. All right. Any questions on any of what we've gone over so far? Okay. I'm just clicking the back button or the undo button, and you'll see that it's taken me through everything that I've clicked on so far. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead with my third slide here. Okay. And my third slide is main character or the hero, Old Yeller. So I'm going to type in main character. And I'm going to click to add subtitle. And I'm going to put Old Yeller hero. Okay. Now, over here, it says you have to have 2 sentences describing facts about Old Yeller. Okay. So I'm going to type in 2 sentences about Old Yeller, and I want my sentences to be bulleted. Okay, so in order to do that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on this button right here. It has dots and lines out beside it, and it says bulleted list. Also, if you hit the buttons Control Shift plus 8, it will pull that up for you. Okay. So I'm just going to click these circles, but you're more than welcome to click the diamonds, the squares, the stars, the arrows, okay, whatever it is that you want to click. All right, so my first sentence is going to be Old Yeller is a dingy, yellow, stinking, thieving dog. Okay, and it's spelled thieving, right? So if you don't know how to spell something, just type it in and let's see what it says. And then we can click, see how it underlines this? All you have to do is click on it and then it will give you the correct spelling, okay? So don't be afraid to try to spell something the way you think it's spelled. And if it's spelled incorrectly, it's going to show up in red, fix, and then you just fix it, okay? All right, so Old Yeller is a dingy, yellow, stinking, thieving dog in the beginning of the novel. All right, and I'm going to add to this, he is a stray. Throughout the story, the Coates family comes to love Old Yeller, even though he still has his moments of trouble. Okay, his moments of trouble would be like when he goes and eats all the eggs or the meat out of, the neighbors' yards. Okay, they call him you thieving rascal, but there are other things that y'all could say about Old Yeller. For example, you could incorporate how he helped Travis at the hog fights when they were trying to brand the hogs. You could say something about Old Yeller, helping Travis protect the fields at night. You could say something about Travis or about Old Yeller and Little Arliss's relationship. Okay, the sky's the limit. I want you to be creative, and I want you to be thorough and descriptive, okay? And I'll tell you something else. I think that what I may do is I may ask you to do 3 descriptions or 3 sentences per character, okay? I don't feel like 2 is enough with all of this. So I want everyone to do 3 sentences per character. So that means that you're going to need to go back and add a sentence to Travis, okay? All right, so slide 3 directions. Main character, hero, Old Yeller, 2 sentences. We're going to change that to 3. Describing facts about Old Yeller, and 1 picture of the character, okay? So, does anybody remember how to add a picture of the character? I need to go to Insert, Image, search the web, and I'm going to say Old Yeller the dog. All right, and you will see that I have a picture here of Old Yeller. Now, all I have to do to insert this into my slide is double click it. And when I double click it, it drops it right on in there, okay? Now, I need to size this picture down. So again, you see right now that my mouse has 4 arrows, okay? 4 arrows means that I can move my slide back and forth, okay, or wherever I need it to go. But I need to size this slide, all right? So I need to make sure that I have the cursor or the mouse point that has the 2 arrows, all right? If I drag it in, it makes it smaller. If I drag it out, it makes it bigger. Obviously, we need to drag this in because this picture is way too big for what we have on our screen, all right? Now, I feel like that I still need to size this down some more, okay? And I need to find a place to put it. Now, what I can do with this right here is you can even make your text box bigger, smaller, wider, whatever it is that you need to do to make it all fit, okay? There we go. And this is something that you're just going to have to learn and play with, okay? So just know that your 2 arrows mean that you can make it bigger, smaller. It's not with just a picture, okay? It's with text boxes or anything. If you wanted to turn your text box, that plus sign will let you do something like this. Okay, we can turn it back. We can take our picture and we can turn it. All right, whatever you want to do, you can do. Now, let's say you want to change your font. Okay, I'm going to highlight my text and I go up here where I see the word Arial, and if you hover over that box, it says font. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to click on this one that says Bungee Inline. All right, and it changes my font there, okay? Maybe I want to make Old Yeller bigger, and I want to make it bold, okay? You just play around with it, okay? That's all you're going to do here. All right, so now we have this one for the most part done. You need to make sure that you have 3 sentences instead of 2. Okay, you need to go back and insert a sentence for Travis or another description or another fact, okay? Oh, he scared me. I'm recording my class. Hold on. Okay, so the next thing you need to do is you need to go we're going to start on the 4th slide, okay? And the 4th slide is a secondary character. You're going to click on slide, new slide. Now I'm going to change my layout again just because I want to change it up a little bit throughout it. So my viewers don't get bored, okay? And think about it, you are my viewers. Your classmates are going to be your viewers, okay? Because you are going to present your presentation to the class. So slide 4, secondary character, mama. All right. Now you are going to add 3 sentences describing facts about mama, and you're going to add a picture of mama. Okay. I want you to do something to your background. Make it colorful, whatever it is you want to do. You need to insert a picture. Now, the one thing I haven't gone over is if for some reason you cannot insert a picture by going to image and search the web, then you can do what we do with our quad cards sometimes, and that is open up an additional tab up here. Okay. And when you open that additional tab, you can just type in pictures of mama from Old Yeller, and it will come up. And then once you do that, you can, I have a visitor at my window right now. Hold on. You can copy the image, and then you can go back in and you can click and paste it, or you can click Control C or Control V. Okay. Now, this is what you're going to do the rest of the class period is you're going to finish this slide, okay, or these slides. You are going to do as many as you can today. I think I'm going to set a goal of at least getting to slide 6, okay? Our goal is going to be to get to slide 6, 5 or 6. We'll just see how the day goes, okay? 5 or 6. I want you to play with it. I don't want you to get discouraged. I don't want you to get in a panic, okay? Play with it. I have to play with it. I'm not perfect at this. It takes time. I've been doing it for a long time, and this is something that you will get as you do it, okay? Don't give up. Don't get frustrated. Take it slow. Take it easy, and we're going to learn how to do this together, okay? All right? Now, I don't mind helping you, and I don't mind asking or answering questions, okay? That is what I'm here for. But I'm not going to do it for you, okay? So make sure before you come in and ask for help or you think you're stuck that you've clicked the undo button, the redo button, that you have thoroughly looked up here at your toolbar, because this toolbar is going to be your best friend, okay? Don't be afraid to click on something and try it. You can always, always undo it, okay? You can always undo it. Now, if you wanted to insert shapes or something like that, you can do it, okay? All right? Sky's the limit. You're just going to have to play with it, okay? The other thing you can do, too, I'm going to go back to the second slide. One good thing about presentations like this is that you can animate them, okay? So all I did there is I clicked on the button that said animate, okay? And this brings in motion to your slides, okay? So you could like click dissolve, apply to all slides. If we want to see what it looks like, you hit play, okay? And it's actually showing us what they all look like. Click slide or press enter to continue. All right, so let's play it again and see what it does. And again, I have it to transition in to dissolve. All right, let's do something a little different. Hold on. What do y'all need? I talked to the cheer sponsors. They're handling it. So, okay. Well, they'll probably just throw those away and do the ones the teachers sent.
I'm good.
Mhm.
Okay. Ooh, why am I in there?
Okay, so let's find another one that we want to do. We can do a fly in from the left, okay? We can do a fly in, or let's see what this says, zoom in. All right, you can do whatever you want to do. Okay, again, all this is. See how that did that right there? All right, you're going to have to play with it. Okay, there isn't a right or a wrong way to do this. It's whatever you want to do. Okay, I'm gonna turn you loose on it. I don't expect you to be talking to your neighbors. I don't expect you to be getting out of your seat. What I do expect for you to be doing is working on this presentation. I have not set a due date, okay? So don't even ask me when it's due because right now I don't know. All right, we're taking this one day at a time, and we're going to work on it as we continue to read Old Yeller. Now, for the most part, we're going to work on this at school in class, okay? It might be that I assign you to go home and work on a slide, or if you were to be absent or you get behind, then you may have to go home and work on a slide, okay? But for right now, we're going to do it in class as I plan it out, okay? Don't ask me when it's due. It'll be due when we finish reading the book, okay? But if you're here at school and you are staying with me and working on this, then your project should be finished by the time I make a due date. All right? This is going to count 2 grades. 2 grades, okay? And you are also going to have to present it. So just like I'm sitting here right now walking through this with you, we're going to put your presentation on my computer. We're going to project it up onto the board, and you're going to sit and you're going to talk us through your presentation, okay? That's when I'm going to check and make sure that your sentences are capitalized, punctuated, and thorough sentences that express a complete thought, that are not run-on sentences, or that are not sentence fragments, okay? All right? Good luck. Don't forget your DGP test is tomorrow.